What is up, guys? Zan here with sub tip number 11. Crazy how fast time is flying right now, guys. Want to go ahead and get straight into it. We're going to show you guys the formula. This is a video that is dedicated on showing you guys how to lab up your own cover 2 one-play scores. You guys see me all the time, bomb cover 2, bomb cover 4, and I get questions after every single time I bomb it. Hey, how did you do that? And I just kind of wink at the camera. I don't really say too much because I don't really want to give away the setups that are in my ebook, but we're going to go ahead and show you guys how to create your own here. So let's go ahead and talk about how this works. What you want to find is a skinny post, not just any skinny post. You want to find a skinny post that has a long vertical component and a very, very short post portion of it on the play art. So as you go through your playbooks, you look through and you try to find the exact post. Now, that post looks like the one that you find right here on the play PA Scissors Flood. So we're going to go ahead and do this. PA Scissors Flood. You just choose any play in the game that has an outside receiver on this skinny post. Very, very simple. We're going to choose cover 2. I'm going to choose random cover 2 just for the sake of the video. And this will be cover 2 quad flats, soft squats, hard flats. Does not matter. And I'm going to go ahead and just back it up here. And what this is designed to do is it's designed to cause the safety that is on the short side of the field opposite of the skinny post to play kind of, it's going to look kind of like a mid-read zone or a hook curl, or I don't even know what to describe. It's just a very bizarre, very, very bizarre look to this. Now, the general rule of thumb is that you cannot have any route that runs to the short side of the field. That means no tight end, no tight end or receiver drags. That means no running back swing routes out of the backfield to the short side of the field. That means no out routes by the tight end on the short side of the field. You cannot have any route that goes to the short side of the field. So that is the first part. That is the most important part of this. Well, kind of. The second most important part of this, I would call it most important part A and most important part B, is you cannot have any route on the short side of the field that releases vertically. That means no tight end streaks on the short side of the field. That means no corner routes to a tight end if you were to have a tight end apprentice. That means no routes in general that release off the ball vertically. Now, you can't have a tight end delay fade because he's going to block. He's not going to release until you release him. You can release him after your post is open. So a tight end delay fade is my favorite on the short side of the field because it just gives you extra protection to load up. It allows you to set your protection and do a cut block and roll out to the wide side of the field. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the rest. Whatever the rest is does not matter. Just keep in mind you cannot follow the rule. You cannot have a route that runs to the short side of the field. So that means Tyreek Hill, no go on the post. No drags, no in routes, no posts, no anything. It has to be a vertical route or an out-breaking route. Nothing that crosses the field except for the post to the X receiver. So Tyreek Hill, you're going to go on a flat because in case it's a soft squat coverage, we want that soft squat to bite down on the flat. If that makes sense? So for this example, you might go with 2 tight end delay fades and block the running back and just let her rip. Just buy your time. So you see right here, what we're going to do is kind of buy our time. You see how that safety really like goes to center field, and you see how open that was right there. Now I couldn't break contain right there, but you see how that safety on the short side of the field bites down towards center field. That is how this tip works. Nothing on the right side of the field, the short side of the field releases vertically. You see how the safety is immediately like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and go right over here. See how it looks like he's playing like a mid-read zone or kind of like a middle third or some sort of hook while this post route goes all the way over the top around him. So this is how you do this. You're just going to make sure that you follow the 2 rules. Nothing vertical on the short side of the field, nothing running to the short side of the field. So you do something like this. Here's another cover 2. This time we're going to go ahead and try to roll out, and we're going to make this throw back across our body over the top of that half zone, and you're out for a 1-play score. Now, let's go ahead and just find another post and just apply the formula. Go back to our play call menu. I'm in the Chiefs playbook. Just full disclosure, I have never looked at the Chiefs. I've looked at it. I haven't run it this year. So let's just try to find something else. So again, you want an outside receiver on a deep skinny post. So looks like nothing in that formation. Let's see what we can find. Create your own out of any formation you want. Let's see. Nothing in iForm Pro. Let's keep looking here. Wing Flex. Nothing in Wing Flex. Maybe the Chiefs book wasn't the best one to choose. Let's see what else we can look for. So PA end around Sift would be a great example. It's got the post, but you can't play it. You can't actually change the routes on that play. So won't choose that play, but that is the post. That is the exact post you're looking for. Let's see what else we got. Wing pair we already looked at. Let's go ahead and go to the shotgun here. Doubles Y off. Okay, here's an example. PA bubble Y over. So you want that yellow post on the wide side of the field. And let's follow our rules. We're going to go into cover 2, and I'm going to choose random cover 2. So very, very simple. Cannot have a route on the short side of the field that releases vertically, and you cannot have a route that runs to the short side of the field. So what happens when you have a slot receiver? Or what happens when you have an outside receiver? Here's how we get around this. Drag if you have a slot. Smoke if you have an outside. Or you could double drag if you wanted. Or you could go ahead and drag the B receiver and do some sort of motion of the Y receiver across the formation. If that makes sense, because you're following the rules. And as long as that Y receiver doesn't drag back to the short side of the field, something like this would get the job done. So we can do something like this. This is against quarters 3 deep. So this is going to really get the job done here. So let's see. We follow the rule. You see how that bomb is there over the top. Now, we couldn't round it out and throw the ball going back to the right, so it ended up leading it towards the left side of the field. But we'll go ahead and do the same thing. So this time we won't use motion. So again, nothing vertical on the short side of the field, nothing running to the short side of the field. You have a smoke that isn't a vertical route. You have a drag that's not a vertical route. We're going to go ahead and roll out. That safety on the right is going to bite down, try to get some momentum going back to the right, and throw that rat catch over the top of him for the easy score. Pretty easy. All right, let's go find another one. So that was a good example. Let's see what we could do. We go and find, let's see, doubles offset weak. We take a look here. Nothing in that formation. Gun flex Y off weak. Double post. So this play will work. Let's go ahead and go to cover 2. So you got that deep post to Robinson. Okay, tight end, you could go with a max protect, drag the B receiver, maybe put Y on a curl, or you could, if you have a slot apprentice, put him on a corner route. It's again the same deal here. Double team, so you can get a seal on that guy if you can. Get the seal, you're gonna roll out. That safety's gonna roll down. So you got a soft squat on him right there. So if there's no soft squat on that player, Robinson, that's a bomb over the top. So always be prepared if they're gonna play a soft squat, because that's gonna play man-to-man on that guy. So whenever you see that, I love to go with a flat. I just love a flat to a slot receiver because it keeps a soft squat from doing exactly what that is. Now, obviously, you can go ahead and set up your cut blocks as well. You see right here, here's an example. It gives you a little check down over the middle. Now we're flush. We're going to roll out. Here comes that safety on the right, biting down late. We throw the post all the way over the top. Easy one-play score. Now, think about this. A lot of players love to run a middle linebacker in between their 2 half safeties. That middle linebacker can get dunked on. Put matchup nightmare on your outside receiver, because the one way that people like to cover 2 bomb proof is to put that middle linebacker deep in the middle. Doesn't matter if it's big nickel over G with Taylor Mays subbed at linebacker, he still will get dunked on because he is considered under the hood of the game to be a linebacker. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you put matchup nightmare on your receiver for this type of bomb play against cover 2, it will work. You could just throw it up with reckless abandon. You will get that throw. Now, obviously, if people contain, you can make this throw from the pocket. Obviously, I do like to cut block if I can, just because it allows you to roll out away from the side you're throwing to. And a lot of times the user will bite on something like that. So just kind of be advised, I like to set up my rollouts, but you could definitely make this throw from the pocket. You don't have to roll out. You see right here, I can just wait on it, and then bombs away over the top. So, you don't have to roll out. It's just a habit a lot of players have. So I'm showing that that's available to you as well in this video. Okay, let's go find another one. Hopefully you guys are seeing that this formula is something that you just apply to any formation in the game. Again, it has to be an outside receiver on that deep, skinny post, but you have to look for the post that is, a long vertical component and then a very short. So motion Z spot. This is an example. This would be honestly, it would be kind of a terrible formation to run this. because you've really got nothing that you can throw to the left side of the field on this. But let's just, for the sake of this, show you what I mean. If I wanted to, I could do something. This would be actually on this formation. I kind of think that Watkins might not be lined up wide enough. Let's find out just for sure. Typically, the post needs to be outside the numbers. You may notice when you go back and look that all those posts are from outside the numbers. Just kind of full disclosure, if you guys noticed when I do the motion snap bomb and the wing tight U out of the play PA dive, I motion snap it so that tight end stumbles outside of the numbers before he runs his route. You see right here, Watkins is lined up directly on the numbers. He might not be able to get over the top of that grid. Let's try to find out here. Yeah, you see how that safety recovers? It's because he's not lined up wide enough. So a small nuance that makes a big difference is you want that post outside the numbers. Now you could say, what if you just lined up in between the hash marks on this type of formation? That might work, but it also might not work the same. So let's see here. He's now lined up outside the numbers. Let's see if this helps. Actually, if I were a betting man, I'm gonna say it doesn't. But let's see if, yeah, it doesn't. This is a hash mark dependent setup. So that particular formation, it's the right post, but not the right wide receiver split. So just kind of be advised that you want him to be outside the numbers. Let's go ahead and look for another one here. We'll look for one more before we round this video out. And let's see. What if we were to go with nothing in that formation, bunch wide. That flanker drive post is not the same. Dig return would work because it's a double move route. So this concept might work the same. Let me go ahead and see if I can get this to work for you guys. He actually might line up on the numbers as well. Let's find out. This would take forever and a year to set up. I just want to see, just for the purpose of this video, if it works. Again, another terrible route combination. Just another absolutely terrible route combination. Let's see if we can actually make this work for you. Double move. Yeah, and that safety does. That double move causes it to do the same effect. Because it is a double move, he actually ends up bending back outside the numbers before he cuts over the middle. So it worked on a technicality right there. But, you know, obviously you're going to want a smooth, deep, skinny post that doesn't take a year and a day to get open. Let's try to find one more here. Spread double flex. So nothing there. Trey Y flex. This is a good one. PA crossers. Actually did a YouTube video on this the other day, but I didn't show the formula. So again, right here, you would probably go with, you know, something, you know, you could go something like this. Honestly, I would probably push the tight end back in, put him on delay fade. You know, something like this would get the job done. Robinson's going to be wide open for the score. So you're going to see here, I can roll out. Safety's going to bite down. Actually, he didn't right there. He didn't. You still saw the post was open right there, but he didn't bite down all the way. Strangely enough. That's very odd. Let's see here. He should have. Let's go ahead and try it again here. One more time. So nothing running to the short side of the field. That time, far better. Far better. You saw right there. I don't know if motioning the tight end inside changed something about that, but with the tight end running a drag, it worked the same way. So way better results there in that example. So there you have it, guys. That is the formula. Again, rule number one, nothing running to the short side of the field. Rule number two, nothing on the short side of the field pre-snap releasing vertically. Let me show you why. Let me show you why, because I didn't show you why. You would think that something like this, like a hitch or a curl, wouldn't have an effect, but it does. It changes how that safety plays. It really does. See how he's not biting? Now, it doesn't mean you can't throw this bomb over the top. I mean, it's still kind of there, but you really want that safety having no shot, because you guys know how it is. 99 speed safeties that are 6'3", there's a chance they recover. It's not Tony Jefferson and regs for sure. So just wanted to kind of let you guys know they do drop differently if you have something that releases that way. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. You could still do something crazy like this. You know, it's still going to be, those deep skinny posts are great at splitting cover two. So don't sleep on them. You know, you could run a slant route and see how that safety really widens out. You still got a huge pocket to throw that. But again, like you really want that safety biting down and just giving you the easiest throw in the game. So this is why I constantly at the end of half and end of games walk off and ice games in that scenarios, because players love to go to cover two thinking that they're bomb proof, and they're just absolutely positively not. So that is the sub tip. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think. Put it in your offense. I mean, I just showed you 6 or 7 cover 2 bombs out of the Kansas City Chiefs playbook, and I haven't run that a single game this year. So you guys could definitely find it in your playbooks. Let me know what you guys find. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns. Hopefully no complaints. This is a hell of a tip. We'll see you guys in the chat. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you later.